Okay, so last Sunday of November and just building that gratitude muscle a little more. And this time I want to work with intimacy, with our gratitude for ourselves, for this life, for what it is that we get to upgrade in our lives, right? Um, it's very interesting that we often think of gratitude as something out here, right? Gratitude for. So I want you to take it in today. Gratitude for this life that you were given, and then just see like what it is that you could maybe lose or shift or, the older we get, the more entrenched we get in our patterns. And it's really wonderful to have people in our lives who kind of like, just give us a little bit of fire under our butts to and move and, release the things that really don't serve us anymore. And intimacy is such a beautiful word, and it's kind of become this thing before sex. But intimacy is everything in your life. How you eat, how you treat your food, how you treat your plants, your pets. But most of all, how do you treat you? How do you treat you? How do you work with what you eat? Do we just eat unconsciously, whatever's in front of us? And, like the faster you eat, or if you're talking the whole time you're eating, you're not paying attention to the food, and you don't get the signal when you're full. And so it's become a real problem in our society that we just eat. Whatever we're given, we eat. We go to a restaurant, you either eat it all, when you have your things at home, you eat more than what we really need, right? It's eating for taste, or eating for desire, or eating as opposed to what does this being need? And that's a question I want you to just play with yourself. What does this being really need? Do I need more time in silence? Do I need more meditation time? Do I need more, walks in nature? What do I need to be the vastness of me? And it doesn't have to cost anything. It can just be something that in your psyche, you know that you need that. And the question is, will you give yourself that? So just so you know, I'm fighting a sinus, excuse me, a sinus infection that's trying to turn into a cold. Um, and my voice is a little weird and I'm a little snazzy. Almost over, like you. So the real question is, do we still act like we're 20 or 30? It's very interesting. A friend of mine gave me this dress, and it's a beautiful little silk dress, but when I put it on, it looked like I was about 10. And I thought, you know what, this needs to go to somebody who's a lot younger than me. I don't need to look like I'm 10. I'm not trying to go for that. So intimacy with yourself allows you to explore everything. The clothes you wear, the weight you are, how much time are you spending on your building your meditative essence? We say meditative mind, but that means the knowingness in every cell. What is your connection? So in the beginning, when Yogi Bhajan gave us a 2.5 hour sadhana, what he said is that is 10% of your day. So if you think about giving 10% of your day to feeding your essence, right? And then 10% of your day to feeding what is really good for your body, at least, And then 10% of your day, just look at your day in percentages. Not that you could have to make it like, but look at it in percentages. We spend an overabundant time in two places, in bed and at work. And sleep is very important. And the more that you meditate, the less that you need to sleep. I'm not advocating the 3 to 4 hours that we did, for many years. I don't think that's particularly great for you. But, just look at your own life. And this is not a narcissistic, examination. This is a narcissist only sees everything in terms of themselves. I'm asking you to look at you and see where the gaps are and how you feed yourself and how you are intimate. Intimate means that connection with, how you're able to be intimate with you. Do you have crazy, mantras going around in your head and you're not applying a mantra that is uplifting? And that means, in whatever the situation is, because the mantras that drive us crazy do not allow for clarity. And it's not that you don't want to examine things, but when you're in this like, rah, 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 nothing's being examined. It's just a reactionary state. So you want to use a mantra to get you to neutral, to calm, to connected, so you can see possibilities of how something can be dealt with or solved or whatever. When I was just in Oaxaca, it was really sweet because my goddaughter was talking to me about this person. She said, she's had so many traumas in her life, and she said, she's been through an armed robbery, and I thought, wow, that's interesting. I've been through 2 armed robberies, and when I'm on, some kind of a summit or something, and they say, well, what traumas have you gotten over in your life? Those don't even come up. Those are not even in the top 10. But it's interesting how everyone reacts to situations in their life. And it's not that things are not traumatic, but do you still carry them around? Because they suck a lot of energy from you. Okay. You carry all of these traumas around, I say dead cows, but it's also like stacking yourself in like cement. And it's a cement protection, right? And you're just like going through like, do not hurt me, do not do this to me, do not, whatever. And as opposed to realizing like, okay, when we have a trauma, be with it, acknowledge it, see what the lesson is inside of it, and then see the gift. What's the gift? After my first armed robbery, I really understood that the power of my voice would do more than a gun anytime. And when I went through the second one, after they had gotten the money, I gave them the money, that's what they wanted, and it wasn't a lot of it that day at the time they came, but then they said, oh, we're gonna go over to the other part, and there was somebody who was supposed to be protecting me who was on the other side of the factory. And I said, no, you're not. You said that when you got the money, you would leave, now leave. Now remember, these guys had guns, I did not. And they tripped over a heating cord, space heater cord, leaving. They were trying to leave so fast. So understand that when we get what we're supposed to get out of a situation, we don't need to be carrying it around like a heavy weight anymore. Mary Oliver had a beautiful saying about her parents, that her father was a preacher, and evidently it was a very challenging lifetime. And she said, I do not have to carry the heavy dross, heavy iron dross that you gave me, right? In other words, you can put them down. But if you're not intimate with you, you either have these things so big in your magnetic field, or you have them so pushed down, you haven't gotten the lesson nor the gift. So I want you to just really bring up, let the things come up. And it may not be the most pleasant, luxurious class, but I promise you, it can be profound. All right, so I'm gonna read you a poem. called the Reckless poem. Today again, I'm hardly myself. It happens over and over. It's heaven sent. It flows through me like a blue wave. Green leaves. You may believe this or not. Have once or twice burst from the tips of my fingers, somewhere deep in the woods, in this reckless seizure of spring. Though, of course, I also know that other song, Sweet Passion of Oneness. Just yesterday, I watched an ant crossing a path. Through a tumble of pine needles, she toiled, and I thought, she will never live another life but this one. I don't believe that. And I thought, if she lives her life with all her strength, is it not a wonderful and wise life? And I continued this up the miraculous pyramid of everything until I came to myself. And still, even in these northern woods, on these hills of sand, I have flown from the window of myself to become a white heron, a gray whale, a fox, hedgehog, camel. Oh, sometimes already my body has felt like a flower, like the body of a flower. Sometimes already my heart is a red parrot perched among strange dark trees, flapping and screaming. So let's tune in and just feel the beauty between your hands, that heat that you can create by just rubbing your hands together, and see if you can sink deeply into your body, into the grace of you. And then take a beautiful deep breath. Bring your hands into your heart. Feel like you're saluting yourself with this prayer pose. Your Mars, your thumbs against your heart. And exhale and inhale. Om Namo Gurutej Namo. Om Namo Gurutej Namo. Om Namo Gurutej Namo. Adgare Namah, Jugadgare Namah, Satgare Namah, Sri Gurudeve Namah. Adgare Namah, Jugadgare Namah, Satgare Namah, Sri Gurudeve Namah. Adgare Namah, Jugadgare Namah, Satgare Namah, Sri Gurudeve Namah. Take a beautiful deep breath in. And exhale. So we're going to come up and we're going to dance to body parts, and I want you to bless each part of your body, okay? So that you just can feel like, oh, how many times have I honored this part of my body?
Connection to the earth through your feet, and let your head go as you relax your knees. Take a deep breath as your head rolls around your shoulders. Feel the weight of your head, how it wants to move today. And follow your head with your whole body. Relax your jaw. And feel the connection between your head and your shoulders. Shift your attention into your shoulders. Just move them up and down, forward and back, all around. Let them tell their story. When they feel tight or loose, let your whole body follow your shoulders. hips and your knees. Feel how they want to move. Lift them.